Alright, let me show you my new favorite way to get rid of gas. If I can get up to it. Woo! Come on, we can do it. He's being very elusive. There we go. Woo! Not quite in the lava. Next time I do that, though, I should drink this. It'd be a lot smarter. Alright, you ready? Alright. Alright, we're in the nether. We've got a big area outlined with the fill eraser because we need some netherrack, and I don't want to just tear things up here, but what we're doing is we're kind of going to excavate a straight line going over to the blaze spawners, which I still haven't changed the waypoint from death point. It's the original marker on it. I gotta change that to blaze spawners. But anyway, we're gonna clear away that way. We'll put it out here too so we can get rid of some of this annoying soul sand. But yeah, so Nilo Rio, you just placed the filler down. Here Nilo, here's the glass to put in it. And then after he puts the glass in it, and it gives us that happy green "I got work to do" symbol, we're going to put the energy cell right down here behind it. Right there. And then, Nilo, how's your inventory? Is it pretty empty? Well, that's useful. Let me put these here. We're going to need to pick up a lot of netherrack and stuff after this. So you ready to turn the energy cell on? Mm-hmm. Yep. Go full speed. We'll see what happens. This whole place is going to fall apart. I'm ready. I wonder. I don't see anything happening. It is using energy. Yeah, it must be. It's lagging like crazy. So I don't even know if I'm able to record this after this. Oh man, gas with lag. This is bad. Alright, I'm going to stop recording, folks, so I can move. And hopefully this is going to turn out well. This is a lag big ol' issue right now. Yeah, smaller chunks at once would be a good idea. Let's see if I can pick these up before I kill myself. Oh, and that neighbor dog's got to go, man. That's a safety precaution there. Well, I should have known that was going to happen, but we recovered. We managed not to have any irreparable harm, and it started. So I'm just going to do a little piece at a time from here on. But the next time I'm going to do a much smaller area, but also just not turning the power on so high will also do it. I wonder, oops, how much we used for that. That used a bit more than half. So one of these probably won't quite get through this whole area, but we'll see. And definitely solved our netherrack shortage for the meantime. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of that. I love doing that. So just to come back to what we said we'd do, we did really great. We made our iron tank. Oops. And the lava quadrupler. And we've been doing plenty of netherrack mining. We're doing more. And we went and got nether brick and blaze rods. And we made the blast furnace and coke oven. And we got steel. Woohoo! So that was very productive. Um, the lava tank basically is the power system. We've already made some of those magmatic engines, but I'm gonna wait till we make a whole row of geothermal generators, and then that's gonna be the power supply for the mass fabricators. So this is the last part, and that will have to wait till the next video, but we'll start there. And yeah, my nice steel-based tool was part of the results. Okay. Gotta turn it on first. Dang, gas came from over here. Oh, I got lucky. Oh my god. Alright, well, now we get to redesign the shape. Probably go charge this up too. Well, after a whole bunch of that, not even really finished filler racing out over in the nether, the redstone energy cell is charging up again. But out of one charge of that, I basically filled one side of these completely full with netherrack. So doing pretty well. And this thing is almost full. So I'm sure we have plenty of netherrack in there for now. I'm going to keep going a little bit more and just really just supply that so it's that much more time until I have to do it again. See if I can get both sides filled with netherrack. But yeah, our netherrack is basically our fuel now, so we're running this place on netherrack. And this thing is getting very close to full. This is just past the 5/8 mark, going on 3/4. So gonna have plenty of lava. I like that big pixel shimmery effect in that tank too. That's pretty cool. As a prelude to making the mass fabricators for recycling all our cobble overflow from the quarry so that we can keep quarrying, I'm actually doing some branch mining. And I just having such good luck, I thought I'd share with you all. I'm after rubies because I don't like using diamonds for energy crystals, and I have to make lapitrons for the mass fabricators. And I'd also like to make an MFSU or two. So yeah, I found some rubies, and I actually found a piece of iridium. And then I'm just heading down the tunnel, and guess what? I found some diamond, and I just happened to have the fortune pickaxe. Woo! Let me not die. What did we get? 10 diamonds. Not bad. That will actually help with the MFSU if we don't have enough rubies. Anyway, I'll keep going. This is also a great way to just take a break and get some experience, so I can fix my helmet. It needs to happen soon. I need 24 or 28, I think, to do it 1 or 2 diamonds. Anyway, onward, down the tunnel. Diggy diggy hole. It's coming down that same branch mine, and I hit this weird wall of water, and I'm like, what's this? I'm like, whoa, there's bedrock at the bottom. Like, oh, I hit the quarry. That's what it looks like. The first one. Trip out. Alright, I guess it's time to turn around and head back. And in the meantime, when I've been doing the filler erasing to get this netherrack, Yertle, my turtle, has been on his little tunneling mission over here. There's been a couple stages of it. Just thought tunnels would be useful in the nether too, just to link up the different areas that are blocked by the different netherrack formations. So Yertle is all about doing his job. Up and down. Ooh boy, the regen potion out of that one. The up and down of the jetpack is actually perfect for chasing them down. You know, and they resent you as an intruder here, yet they're tearing up their own landscape. I don't get it. So it's just a couple hours maybe after I went did that netherrack hunting that you guys saw, and I just wanted to show you how quickly this goes. I could almost catch it on camera when we hit the full mark for the first time in this tank. And hopefully from here on it'll just stay constantly full, and I'll be able to turn off some of these as they are not needed, and then generate even more lava that way. I'm just been off making the shopping list for this whole assembly that's going to be here, the row of recyclers that's going to be turning this cobble into scrap, and then the wall of geothermal generators, or wherever it's going to go. I'm still designing how it's going to go. That's going to power the recyclers and also be charging up the MFSUs that are then going to power the mass fabricators. Yeah, I want to make as many I want to make as many mass fabricators as I can at once. I might just start with 2 and then we can expand it as we go. The mass fabricator is not so bad. What's bad is the MFSUs, and you want to have an MFSU for them because they need a lot of power at once. You don't want to be generating it for them. You want to kind of have saved it up, I believe, because otherwise it's just going to be really slow. I mean, we got time, but you know, you only want stuff to be rolling AFK so much, and too many things AFK could really slow things down. So I'm trying to have at least 1 MFSU for each of the mass fabricators. So I'll probably start with a pair of each and then expand from there. But we could probably put in a whole bunch of recyclers to start with, and a whole bunch of geothermal generators. They're going to be running off this, and then they will primarily be powering the recyclers and the mass fabricators, charging up the MFSUs for those. But you know, geothermal generators are going to be the thing. Them and the magmatic engines are where our IndustrialCraft and our BuildCraft energy from lava will largely be coming from. Oh, look. We're going to see it, maybe. It's going up. It took a little dip there. But yeah, I guess I'm going to have to show it to you guys. Oh, look, you guys, isn't this pretty? And it's approaching the moment where we're going to hit fullness. And remember, this started with 5 buckets of naturally spawned lava, and now we're going to have 6,272 buckets. This thing is going to be completely full. Is it going to hit the mark? Ta-da! It'll use a little bit, but yeah, I'm sure it'll get back up there. Bomb! Woohoo! It's so pretty. Bloop, 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 bloop. Big glowing thing. Oh yeah, and in the meantime, this energy cell was taking so long to charge back up that I put more engines in, and then once it was done I put more energy cells in. I figure these can just be taking their time charging up, and then at a certain point we'll just have this array of them ready to go. They could even be stored in a box or whatever, and then whenever we need one, you know, we can just grab a charged one and put back an empty one, and there'll always be a full one to use instead of having to have a delay of waiting for it to charge up, because They're cool and useful, but they are slow to charge up unless I had a lot more of these apparently. But they get there. Hasn't been that long. So yeah, and these are taking their sweet time because there's 6 of them charging at once. But I'll be busy doing other things, and I've always got a full one I can grab. I'm gonna keep working on this, and then be back when it's time to put it together. Hello, and we're back. Just as a reminder, or for people who didn't watch it before, this is a magma crucible, and we're burning melting netherrack. Netherrack is basically, in the magma crucible, is the basis to our whole fuel system we've made, so that we can do mass fabricators and recyclers and all kinds of good stuff over here. Why do we need to do that, Nilo?
So we can have lots and lots of power.
Yeah, well, why do we need power?
So we can power stuff.
Yeah, but why do we need to make mass fabricators and recyclers?
So we can make UU matter and quantum armor.
Yep,
I
that's
skipped a
right.
step.
But
We need
also
to
so we
make.
could have room in here, because we're full. And we could make more storage for cobble, but there's no point in it. And the quarry, we've got like, we're trying to do 25 quarries that are 64 by 64 out there, and we've done 4. We've filled these 2. And we need more space because we could be quarrying right now, but we don't have any room, and we don't want to make more storage for cobble we're never going to use. At least not that much. So we're going to use it by turning it into scrap and UU matter. So yeah, that's and the for all the power that's going to take, we decided to go for this as our power system. And over here, I was working on setting up the system for the recycling of the cobble into scrap. And eventually we'll do gravel and dirt when we have too much of those too, but they're building up a lot more slowly. Just imagine all these machine blocks are recyclers. There's only one actual recycler right now, but we're about to make them all. But yeah, I was figuring out how much room we'd need. At first, I was going to build a system that runs this way, kind of like these bulk storage do. But realized you're not really going to need that much room because the scrap, when you recycle cobble or gravel or dirt or anything else, only 12.5% of it, 1 out of every 8, actually on the average gets turned into scrap. So all this theoretically could be turned into this. This is actually even a little extra. The what is it? I've got over here in each of these 2 units. There's 60 total of the 60 barrels, and 60 divided by 8 is 7.5. So theoretically, I could fit everything into 8 of these. So I thought, well, okay, that's not too many. Let's just put it flat against the wall and not take up the middle space, and maybe we'll have more space for something else. So try to put it over here. It's still kind of a work in progress. Haven't really fired it up yet. I think it all needs to go back into the wall at least once, so at least we get this whole part kind of nice and flush. I've got a little back area back here for the redstone. I need to put repeaters in these areas, just trying to get a redstone signal to the redstone engines without getting in the way of this other stuff up here. So yeah, hopefully that will work. We may or may not need more, but I thought I'd fire this up. The real test is that when we get this all flowing, and we could turn on half of it at a time. We don't have to have the whole thing going. But when these redstone engines are orange and red, uh, will these recyclers be able to keep up with the flow? So we will see. But before I expand it, I want to just get what we got actually working. And to get it running, we need to be able to turn this lava into IndustrialCraft power. Over here is going to be the geothermal generator system, and that will feed into MFSUs and the mass fabricators. We're going to start with 2 mass fabricators to start with, and they'll go here. And then the MFSUs can actually directly power them. And we want to use MFSUs so we can actually store up a bunch of power, so we can get a bunch of work done real quick. Because I'm not sure how quickly the geothermal generators are gonna power them. Apparently, a mass fabricator can use 1,000,000 EU to make one piece of UU matter from if you don't put anything in it. If you put scrap, it uses 166,666 EU, which is a lot less. And the geothermal generators, they make 20 EU per tick, and they make 20,000 EU per lava bucket. So 8.5 or 9 of them is enough, so that if they each use a lava bucket, it's enough to make one piece of UU matter. But I think that still might be kind of slow. So hopefully we'll store it all up, and I'm going to make this so it's expandable. So as we can afford to make more geothermal generators, we got plenty of lava to fuel them. We'll be able to do that. I should have centered this better. I think this whole assembly's got to move one over, so it's kind of right in the middle of the available space, so that if we need to expand it, we can. But right now, we got to make a bunch of stuff. So we got to make 11 more recyclers, and we're going to make 9 geothermal generators, and we got to make 2 MFSUs, which also means we got to make 2 MFEs, and we got to make 2 mass fabricators. A lot of stuff to make. So I was trying to make a list to write it all down, what we're going to need, and it was so ridiculous I stopped. I don't have time to write all this stuff down. But I figured out, to start with, we're going to need, let me see, we already have 1 recycler, so we're going to need at least 45 electronic circuits. That's a lot. So over here, I came up with something to help us. This is a little, I had made, I put a sign on the wall for something I want to do. I want to make Autocrafting Production Modules. And this is the start of that. It's basically setting up auto crafting stations for building things you got to make all the time. That's just a pain. So this is a little 3-stage thing that goes like this. It goes around in an S. And this one here, this auto crafting table makes copper cable. And so if we turn this engine on, the materials are in here, and it can go ahead and start making copper cable and start filling this chest up with it. Now, if we turn this on, that copper cable will feed into here, that's got the other ingredients for electronic circuits. And then if we turn this on, this recipe in here for electronic circuits, we'll start making them and putting them into this chest. And if we needed them, we could turn this on, and we'd make advanced circuits, which I don't think we need right now. We might, but I'm pretty sure we don't. Over here, I've got the stuff for making another little set of stuff like this for machine blocks that then can become advanced machine blocks. And Nito, do you think you can try your hand at making that? Do you think you can see what's going on here and try to set up a set of them right here for a machine block that then you can go to make into a advanced machine block?
Okay.
Okay, so let's see how you do with that. And we're gonna need the machine blocks. So
Yeah.
in the meantime, we need a whole bunch of circuits. So I'm gonna let these build up, and I'll get back to you when we've got, how many did I say we needed? We needed 45 more at least. So when I've got 45 of these, now it's slow, but it's fine because you don't really have to do anything. You just let it build up, and you could go away and forget about it if you limit the production by limiting one of the raw materials somewhere. I think, oh, this is slow because it's waiting on the wire. Yeah, and the wire is building up. We're going to need lots of wire in the future, so it doesn't matter if it makes a lot of wire right now. That would be fine. But yeah, you can limit it by a resource, and it'll go a lot faster once these are warmed up too. So I'll get back to you when we got that. Alright, so Nilo Rio gets an A+ for auto crafting setup. We're gonna take 10 of these right now. Actually, we needed 13 total, I think. So I'm gonna grab these. And then you should, I think we're gonna need at least 2 advanced machine blocks, but you should just make a handful in case we got that wrong.
What's a handful?
Like 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the carbon plates and the alloy, right?
Yep, they're in the chest.
That's the auto crafting table for the machine block. And he's making more refined iron right now for this. And then over here is the materials for the oh, he didn't put the recipe in there yet for the advanced machine block.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
That's okay, it'll happen. So I'm going to go ahead and make 11 recyclers and 9 geothermal generators. So I got to go ahead and grab these machine blocks back because we're going to need these. Go ahead and get them. I can leave that one. Yeah, and I'll recess it back better. But first, let's see how well it works. Because I might need to reconfigure the whole thing if we need a lot more recyclers to keep up. So recyclers, I believe, are pretty simple. Let me see. They're just dirt and refined iron around a compressor. And a compressor is just the machine block and stone and the circuit. So we're going to put some of those circuits to use right now. Alright, drop down a bench and let me see, can we do this yet? We need to make the compressors. Oh yeah, let me grab some more stone over here. And then let's get back to that. So let's see, compressors should be simple enough. We got our machine blocks, so we're going to make, we got one already, so we're going to make 10 more of these. So there's that. I could put as many of those as we want. And let's do that. Okay, so that's 10 more compressors. You know what, let's just make one more because I can actually think of somewhere else we need one. Leave one behind, put this stuff back, and then to turn this into a recycler, we just need some dirt and some glowstone, and I left the glowstone in here. So let's try that again. Dink, dink. Alright, 10 of those, some of those. Where I don't have the dirt. Darn it. There's the dirt. Okay, try it again. Dink, dink. Now I lost the glowstone dust because it went into the miner's backpack. Alright, come back here. And then let's turn that backpack off. Let's take some of that out and turn that backpack off. Now, 18th time is the charm. Alright, so compressors, some dirt, and some refined iron, and then we should get 10 more recyclers. And the other one's still up there, so that's good. Now let's make, while we're in here, let's make some geothermal generators. I know I'm going to need those and those. And so the first thing we got to make is some generators, which I'm pretty sure is just like this. You got a furnace, a machine block, and some batteries. So that gave us the generator. Now to turn those into geothermal generators, I got to look it up again. We need 2 empty cells, 2 refined iron, and some glass. So let me go gather all that stuff up, and we'll be ready to make those. Okay, we throw down a few auto crafting tables here so that we can watch each other doing stuff. And so Nilo's going to make the geothermal generators. You ready, Nilo?
Yeah, do you make glass?
Yeah, I do, right here.
Okay.
And then you should be good to go, right? You got, what else do you need? You need,
Empty cells, glass,
do you
and
have refined
generators.
iron on you?
No.
Okay, here's some refined iron.
Thank you.
Okay. So then we can watch him make it right here. That's the cool thing about these. So pretty soon we will have 9 geothermal generators. So those are the empty cells. I guess they represent being able to put stuff in here like lava. And although we're not going to use cells, we're just going to pipe stuff straight to it. Okay, and there's the last thing. 9 geothermal generators. Awesome. So let's put some of these things together, and then we're going to need to craft the we won't need the MFSU and stuff quite yet. So let me see. Oops, there's a bunch of these. I'm going to go ahead and finish putting this section together, just making it live, and then I'll come right back to you.